Little Girl Lost, the Delimar Vera story, is a really amazing film. This is based on a true story, but I'm not going to say what happens in the true story. I know technically it's not a spoiler because it's a true story, it's based on real events, but in case you don't want to know, I don't want to give anything else away. So my advice there is, if this sounds like an interesting film, and I'll talk about the narrative without spoilers in a moment, it would be my recommendation to watch it without reading any of the true account first, and then reading about the true story afterwards. The film was released in 2008. It's directed by Paul A. Kaufman. It's written by Christopher Candan and Maria Nation. And we have a cast including Judy Reyes, Anna Ortiz, Hector Luis Bustamante, Marlene Forte, and various others. Great performances, very well-written characters. In particular, Delimar Vera's mother, played by Judy Reyes. Her pain was so real. The story is that in the 90s, there was a house fire, and her baby daughter, her very young baby daughter, was believed to have died in the fire. But she believes that that's not the case. She believes that somebody committed arson to steal her child, to cause a distraction, to steal the baby. Is that true? Does she have a reason to believe that? Is that going to be the case? Or does she have to eventually realise that actually something did happen in the fire and her baby didn't make it because of the fire? And obviously I'm not going to answer any of those questions, but the true story is really fascinating. I was aware of the true story before watching this. It's why I wanted to check it out. And I'm not an expert by any means, but I think they handled the narrative really well. And the emotions that come from her mother is just, it's so painful to watch in a way that's really moving and really powerful and so believable. And it's definitely a lot. And I felt so many emotions watching this. It's not an easy watch. It's definitely not an easy watch, but I'd say it's enjoyable for the right reasons, because it's a great production. It's very well put together. The handling of the narrative is great. The pacing of the story is brilliant. The performances are incredible. But obviously, it's also a very challenging watch because it's very emotional. I don't really want to say anything else about the narrative because obviously I thoroughly recommend it. And as I said, in my opinion, I think it's better to go into it not knowing the truth, not knowing what happened. But obviously, if you want to find out what happened to see if it's going to be an experience you'll think is worthwhile, then obviously by all means read about it first. But if you're aware of the story and it's something you've found to be fascinating, then without question, I'd say it's worth watching. It's a powerful film with some incredible performances from everybody, but particularly from Judy Reyes. I thought it was an incredible performance, and I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to give anything else away. Very well written narrative within the context of the film. Really great performances. Definitely a very, very moving story. Also, don't go on IMDb if you don't want to know what happened. I've just realised I've got the page up in front of me and it says what happened in the true story. So don't go on IMDb if you don't want to know what happens beyond the initial fire and the initial grief. It's a difficult watch, but for all the right reasons. Very impressive, very well done, and ultimately Little Girl Lost is definitely a film that I recommend.